this week's programme, we bring you the final of the Vodafone Cuchulainn from Harold's Cross and the William Hill English Derby from Wimbeldon. The semi-finals of the Kerry Agribusiness Irish St Leger from Limerick and the quarter-finals of the Sporting Press Irish Oaks from Shelbourne Park, plus a benefit night from Tralee. So first, it's racing action from Harold's Cross. The €80,000 Vodafone Cuchulainn 750 Classic came to its conclusion last Friday night at Harold's Cross, with a prize of €35,000 to the winner. Australian Greyhound racing coordinator David Koff was there to witness the excitement.
Well, we've had plenty of international visitors over the last 2 or 3 years, but another one here tonight, David Koff. You're from Victoria in Australia.
Thank you, Ian. Yes, I'm the shadow for racing in Victoria. As you appreciate, across the 3 codes, but of course Greyhound racing makes up a very, very big part of our racing action in Victoria.
And you're over here, a bit of pleasure I'm sure, but a bit of business being done as well.
Mostly business, I can assure you. In on Wednesday, out tomorrow morning first thing for Helsinki, but it's an absolute treat to have an invitation extended by your chairman to join you here this evening. And we're absolutely thrilled, my wife and I, to participate. We think it's a fantastic crowd you've got along here. The activities and the racing to date has been absolutely magic, even back the first and the second, so that was good fun for a start.
So you're backing a few winners, which always helps. But you're over here basically, a bit of business to discuss the $1 million race, isn't that it?
Very interested to take those discussions up with Mr Taggart, the chairman. As you'll appreciate, Victoria was cited originally as the opportunity in Australia for that race, but regrettably it has moved to New South Wales. But we look forward to it coming to Australia, as we do Great Britain and the US and Ireland. I think it's an absolutely fantastic feature that is being put together and will boost tourism in Australia as it will in Ireland and the other 2 centres. And not only that, of course, it will certainly help with stud activities, and also your own racing community here will have the benefit of international dogs participating.
Well, on we go now to the final of the Vodafone Cuchulainn, €35,000 to the winner. One Tinra lad, a British raider trained by Graham Howson. This, a son of Jamela Prince and Bonnie Tinra, possesses fine dash throughout. Yet to reproduce his best English form, he really will need to do so if he's to get involved here. Into the staying sensation, Rock's home girl. She's completely dominated this event since the start. Owned and trained by Hayley Keekly across the water, a daughter of Pacific Mile and Gilded Choice. She set new figures in the semi-final. She stands out as a red-hot favourite. She is the one they have to beat. In 3 we have Brown Eyes Blue, one of 2 runners for Paul Hennessy. This one owned by Keith Doherty and Richard Simpson, a daughter of Drewby's Vieri and Making Merry. She's won 10 of 42 starts. She'll be in full stride in the second circuit. She's one that could make the frame. In 4 we have The 8 Wonder, the second runner for Paul Hennessy. This one also half owned by Keith Doherty, is also owned by Larry O'Rourke. This is a son of Top Honcho and Daisy's Mustang. He has 7 wins from 23 starts. A powerful galloper, can go fast, and a possible pace setter here. In 5 we have Lig de Ski, Johnny Kavanagh from Margaret Walsh, a son of Metric Tiger and Aqueduct Tune, would prefer to be drawn on the fence. He is a relentless galloper. He'll be staying on strongly at the finish, but does need plenty of luck. And finally in the striped jacket at Westmead Rumble, trained by John Kiley for Larry O'Rourke, who also has a half share in the 8 Wonder. This is sort of a smooth rumble and Mossley pusher. Good pace route. He's the Barry's Tea 750 winner. Draw mightn't be a hindrance, and well, one that could make the frame. Runners in trap for the final of the Vodafone Cuchulainn, 35,000 to the winner. And away they go. And first to show us trap number 3, Brown Eyes Blue, on the outside of that number 4, The 8 Wonder into the bend. This number 4, The 8 Wonder leads from trap number 6, Westmead Rumble. The favourite back and forth spot has a little bit of work to do, but it's number 4, The 8 Wonder leads past in the stands from 6, Westmead Rumble. Then comes 3, Brown Eyes Blue. Now number 2, Rock's Home Girl, gets into full stride, but forced to check once again. And it's number 4, The 8 Wonder leads into the back straight from 6, Rumble, or Westmead Rumble. Then comes number 3, Brown Eyes Blue, and the favourite back and forth spot, and a lot of work to do. Brown Eyes Blue now motoring into second spot, but it's 4, The 8 Wonder. Here comes number 3, Brown Eyes Blue. The favourite won't be winning tonight. It's 4, The 8 Wonder. 2 or 3, Brown Eyes Blue is closing, but 4, The 8 Wonder leads up to the line. Number 4, The 8 Wonder, a big shock here. Second of the 3, Brown Eyes Blue. A 1-2 for Paul Hennessy. Back in third, number 1, Tinra Lad. The winning time, 41.83. Well, Greyhound racing always throws up shocks, and the red-hot favourite, Rock's Own Girl, wasn't placed in the final of the Vodafone Cuchulainn. The winner, number 4, The 8 Wonder. Second, number 3, Brown Eyes Blue, a 1-2 for Paul Hennessy. Back in third, number 1, Tinra Lad, and the winning time, 41.83. Well, Paul, I spoke to you during the week on the phone. You told me the 8 Wonder was going to give it a good old crack, and you were proved right once again.
I was not about being proved right, but we're very lucky, in fairness. But for a staying dog, he's a cracker from a box. And you got away tonight, and traffic problems and whatever, and we got lucky. But he's a smashing young dog. There's no doubt about it. Like he got held up last week just as much as the rest of them in that race,
As you say, he's a young dog. He seems to improve every single night. He did his fastest time tonight.
Yeah, cracking dog. And he's only a Mayo 3, and to have won the Corn Cuchulainn just as lovely, you know what I mean? Because we can take it a bit handier now and looking forward with plenty of, optimism.
Big Percy will be back next year.
Please God. Okay.
Well, Larry, you're a delighted man. You had two runners in the final. How do you do it?
I know. I can't believe this. Because last week I was offered a share in this dog, and to a friend of a friend, and I said okay, accepted it, and to come here tonight and win it is unbelievable, fantastic. And I'm pleased for Paul as well, and pleased for Keith Doherty, because it's the first dog I ever owned with him, and it's the first dog that Paul ever has owned for me or whatever, so. What a result. You can't
a successful alliance.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, Keith, every time a dog has finished well in Shelbourne or Harold's Cross, I think you've always shown an interest in buying them. You love a stayer. Well, you have a good stayer, the 8 Wonder. He won the Corn Cuchulainn.
Can't believe it. How long I'm trying to win this competition, and it's just unbelievable to win it at long last. Have to thank Liam Corbett in Newcastle West. He found a dog, searched for something decent for this competition, and at long last it's come true for me. We've had Blue Boomer, we've had Won't You Stay, and we've had to come up against Seamus Graham's outfits of Smiling Man and Mega Delight, but it's great for once to be able to go and win it, and to have a 1-2. What a training performance by the best trainer in the country.
In fairness, he was galloping strongly out front tonight.
The draw was there for him in that he looked as if he could lead up, and after that it was just a bit of luck that maybe the favourite might get held up. She's a super bitch. It's great to beat her. It's a great resume he has now, so hopefully you go on now and maybe go to England and take her on again, maybe over there.
The annual benefit meeting in aid of Tralee General Hospital was run at the Kingdom Stadium last Friday night. Once again, it was a huge success, and to date, the night has generated over €1.25 million for the hospital. It's a night for all the family, with lots of entertainment both on and off the track. The feature race with the Kerry Group Sweepstake 550, with Sackville Glory, the 6-4 favourite, running from trap 4.
And away they go, and number 4 off to a good start. That is Sackville Glory, but going well on the inside. Number 2 Onico Supreme on the wide outside. Number 6 Hoffin again, and number 6 Hoffin again leads round from 2 Onico Supreme. Then comes trap number 3 Slaney Rhea, the favourite, back and forth spotting has work to do, but it's 6 Hoffin again leads down into the third bend. This fellow has 6-1 chance, could be a shock in the cards. Number 2 Onico Supreme trying to close the gap. Then comes trap number 3 Slaney Rhea around the final bend. Number 6 Hoffin again now being reeled in. Here comes number 2 Onico Supreme, who has the inside line up to the line. Number 2 Onico Supreme goes on to win it, close for second between 1 Sahara Abbey and 6 Hoffin again. The winning time 30:23.
A great family effort there for Mark and Robert Begley, with their dog Onico Supreme coming home at 5-2 and a winner's prize of over €2,000. The novelty race of the evening featured canine athletes of a different kind and went down really well with the crowds.
Laura May, there must be a postman terrified in Tralee, is there?
I'm the postman.
He's the postman, but we're leaving.
And is this how he gets trained? Is it running after you?
Actually, he's the best dog in the parish. He ignores me completely.
He's
11 out of 12.
11 out of 12.
So he's a bit of a professional, is he?
Oh yes, at this stage he is, yeah. He's won a lot of races.
And has he retained his trophy?
Oh, he has, yeah. He won it last year here before, yeah.
You realise now he's biting the leg off me as we're speaking.
He wants to go again. He wants to have the whole ring of the
He's mad for the road.
For the sake of my trousers, I'm going to say congratulations and best of luck.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
The feature events at Shelbourne Park last week were the quarterfinals of the €74,000 Sporting Press Irish Oaks and a benefit night for the Fine Gael party. A large crowd turned out on the night and included party leader Enda Kenny.
And enjoying your night at the Dogs?
Indeed I am. It's a great privilege to come back here to Shelbourne Park. It's a beautiful evening, great crowd. It's quite close, and I'm enjoying the racing. this is a great occasion here, and it's really great to see so many young people involved in greyhound racing, and to have a different kind of night out. I think it's great, and fair play to all concerned in respect to Shelbourne Park. I think they're doing a great job to bring families and people back into the business of greyhound racing.
Now, is this sort of a dual purpose thing for you? It's fundraising as well as a socialising type of thing also, is it?
Well, our championship hasn't formally started yet, but obviously we're due a general election in 2 years or thereabouts. So we're in the business of making contact with people, and this is a fundraiser for Fine Gael in the Dublin area, and we're very pleased with the turnout here. Obviously it's a social night out as much as anything else.
Have you a few quid laid aside for the wagers tonight?
I see in the number 3 there in the Damien English race, great man John Paul. That refers to Senator John Paul Phelan down in Kilkenny. I think he's worth a few quid.
Now, finally, you have another big sporting occasion coming up next Sunday, which the Connacht final between Galway and Mayo.
Yes, the War of the Tribes, 30,000 Pearse Stadium. Mayo will be slight favourites, though in Galway you can never know. They're always really hard battles. I think you're going to have a cracking match, and I look forward to it. I'll be there, and I hope we win it by 1 or 2 points. Obviously, last year was a huge disappointment for Mayo to get to the All Ireland and then have the fizz gone out of the lemonade, as it were. But Galway will be a big obstacle, but it'll be a traditional type Connacht final, and we're hoping for a narrow win.
And now we join in for the quarterfinals of the Irish Oaks.
Such was the quality in the opening heat that it would have been a lineup fitting of a final. Trap 6 Grayson's Pixie was the warm favourite, but she couldn't afford any mistakes, especially with the likes of Mama Tina, Shelley's Crown, Vesuvius, Fahan Jess and Angie Style in the lineup. Dogs all set, away they go. Grayson's Pixie off to good start, but it's 5. Angie Style leads to the bend from 6 Grayson's Pixie. Then comes trap number 3 Vesuvius, but around the bend it's 5 Angie Style, but now number 6 Grayson's Pixie sweeps to the front from 5 Angie Style. Then comes number 3 Vesuvius, but number 6 Grayson's Pixie leads by 2.5 lengths over number 5 Angie Style into the third bend. Then comes number 3 Vesuvius, but out front it's still trap number 6 Grayson's Pixie. Number 5 Angie Style still in chase. Then comes 3 Vesuvius, but up to the line number 6 Grayson's Pixie, an impressive winner. Second number 5 Angie Style, and third number 3 Vesuvius, and the winning time a very fast 28.53. Heat 2 was a close betting affair, with Ogilvy, Teresa, Cairns-Late and O'Dial all disputing favouritism. It all depended which one got out in front. Would it be 2 Ogilvy, Teresa, 3 Cairns-Late or 4 O'Dial? The dogs all set, and away they go, and first to show us trap number 3 Cairns-Late leads to the bend from number 2 Ogilvy Teresa. Then comes number 4 O'Deal, but around the bend it's number 3 on the outside. Cairns-Late now been taken over by number 2 Ogilvy Teresa. Down the far side number 2 Ogilvy Teresa with number 3 Cairns-Late. Then comes number 6 Life's Lovely, but down into the third bend, and still number 2 Ogilvy Teresa leads from 3 Cairns-Late, who's challenging once again around the final bend. It's 2 Ogilvy Teresa. Here comes number 1 Mind's Eye in behind them, but 2 Ogilvy Teresa. Number 1 Mind's Eye finishing fast. This is 3 Cairns-Late, and 3 Cairns-Late gets there. Second number 2 Ogilvy Teresa, third number 1 Mind's Eye, and the winning time 28.91.
Join us in part 2 for the remaining heats of the Oaks. It's back now to Shelbourne Park for the remaining heats of the Irish Oaks.
After a sensational 28.43 effort in the second round, Mr. Wonderful, racing from trap 5, was the hot favourite in Heat 3. But in the shape of number 1 Noel's Magico and in 6 Droopy's Gwen, she had a couple of very decent rivals. Away they go, and 5 Miss Wonderful off to a tardy start as the 6 Droopy's Gwen, but it's 1 on the inside Noel's Magico. Here comes number 4 Greg and Miss, and she leads round the bend. It's number 1 though, that's Noel's Magico, takes up the running now from number 5 Miss Wonderful, who's in full stride now in second. Then comes 4 Craig and Miss, but down into the third bend, and still number 1 Noel's Magico leads. Number 4 Craig and Miss showing pace on the inside, Miss Wonderful on the outside, but around the final bend it's 1 Noel's Magico, 5 Miss Wonderful closing the gap, but number 1 Noel's Magico leads up the home straight. She wins this third quarter-final. Second number 5 Miss Wonderful, third number 4 Craig and Miss, and the winning time 28.71. Heat 4 was a wide open affair. Claims could be made for a number of the lineup. Number 3 Jodie's Jan, number 2 Embassy Lane, and number 4 Ask for Diamonds all had their supporters, but rule out the rest at your peril. Off they go, and fastest into stride, well, number 3 Jodie's Jan number 5, Dead Set, moving straight across the track and has been awful trouble. Number 5, Dead Set, just shows in front, but number 1 now, Galvanised, leads out of the second men, but clipped. It's 5, Dead Set, 1, Galvanised, now number 4, As for Diamonds, improving, as is number 6, Kilkenny Baby, but down into the third bend, and number 5, Dead Set leads. Here comes number 4, As for Diamonds, number 6 on the inside, Kilkenny Baby. There's awful trouble. 6, Kilkenny Baby goes to the front from 5, Dead Set, then comes number 4, As for Diamonds, but around the final bend, it's number 5, Dead Set, cutting across the field once again. Close, Dead Set holds on. Second, number 6, Kilkenny Baby. Third, number 4, As for Diamonds, but there was awful trouble, and the winning time reflects it. 29.42 by a long way, the slowest of the heats.
Very impressive tonight was Graceland's Pixie. Will she be as impressive next week? The likes of Miss Wonderful and Vesuvius will be there again to challenge her. It promises to be a wonderful night's action.
Well, while we're here at Shelbourne Park for the quarterfinals of the Sporting Press Irish Oaks, I can tell you the two men beside me, and indeed myself, we have one eye on proceedings at Wimbeldon and the final of the William Hill English Derby. Ian Riley won it last year with dubious goals. The boys must be feeling exciting now, Seamus and Owen.
Yeah, I'm sure they're excited now. They haven't got long to go. The good thing about over there is the kennel for the final is not till I think 10 past 8 or that, so they won't have too long to wait now for the big one.
I know yourself, you were over this year with Drewby's Leroy and Stephen Burke. You were also there. You Count Jellignite in the semi-finals. You fell at the final hurdle. It must be an awful disappointing, but you're still hoping for the best with the boys, I'm sure.
Yeah, Ian, it was great to get as far as we got in some ways. In other ways, then you always want to go one step further. They've done brilliant to get 3 Irish to the final. Seamus and Owen are super, and they've got a great chance in the final. They really look like they've got an early pace and abundance, and you know they're good men in finals at this stage, at this level.
It's a case of touch wood, basically. You know, it's been a great year for the Irish. We had six of the 12 semi-finalists. Now we have 3 of the finalists. I don't think the English are too happy.
No, but it's a wide open final. Even the English are very strong, so it could go either way. But we're hoping for the best. I mean, if it's all about the break is crucial. I think Geldrop Such is a big chance because unless Miniola hits it big time, if he hits it big time, then Seamus could win it, and Westmeath Hawk could be coming from anywhere.
So the final prediction?
Geldrop Such.
I'd agree with Stephen. Yeah, I think Geldrops has the draw. It'd be nice to see Seamus winning after last year, and it would be nice, but it'd be great once one of them wins it, we'd be happy.
Well, that's it. We've heard the word from Stephen and from Ian and myself. I'm not going to bother trying to call it. It's too hard. It could go absolutely any way. Let's join the boys for the final.
It's a fantastic derby. It's been the final curtain's about to drop, but it's been precious to every spectator here because we know that we're about to see history in the making. It's the 2005 William Hill Greyhound Derby final. The hair is on the move. The roar goes up. It's deafening on the terraces. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're off and racing up towards the first bend. Blondmack breaks well. Nimbo Jack rushes up. So does 6 Geldrop Such around the turn. Blondmack hits the front. It's Blondmack leading at the moment from 2. Nimbo Jack trying to make a move now. It's Westmeath Hawk on the inside of Blue Majestic. After these comes Miniola Farlow. Then comes Geldrop Such. Blondmack, the complete outsider, still leading. But Westmeath Hawk now moves through the field and comes with a tremendous run. He sprints clear. Success at last for owner Bob Morton as Westmeath Hawk delivers a true champion of a fantastic competition. The William Hill Greyhound Derby final for 2005 has been won by Westmeath Hawk. Bob Morton, who spoke to us earlier and pointed out that the Greyhounds, he'd been so unlucky in the past, of course, in Derby finals, remembering the likes of Sonic Blight as one of his Derby finalists that had finished second. We're watching the action again. Westmeath Hawk last on the dash towards the first bend. Blue Majestic slowly away as well. Ningbo Jack tried to take up the lead at the first bend, but Blondmack in trap 1. The complete outsider, priced at 66 to 1 last week, was leading the Derby field into the third turn. Westmeath Hawk showed his prowess, got right in behind Blondmack, but didn't go for the inside. He switched to the outside. His trackcraft, his ability, he went on to score, going away in the end from Blondmack. A real good scrap on for the minor placings. Blue Majestic and Miniola Farlow, Seamus Graham's duo, come 3rd and 4th. And back in 5th was Ningbo Jack, just ahead of Geldrop's Touch. But trap 4, Westmeath Hawk, has conquered this year's William Hill Greyhound Derby final.
a top-class performer. He really was a deserving favourite. He's now Ireland-bound. He's on his way to Dundalk for the Dundalk International. And then, hopefully we'll see him here at Shelbourne Park for the Paddy Power Irish Derby. A thoroughly deserving winner, Westmeath Hawk of the William Hill English Derby.
Also last Saturday night, Limerick staged the semi-finals of the €72,000 Kerry Agribusiness Irish St Leger, and the pressure was on to qualify for the final of this prestigious event. We join in now to find out who made it through to the final.
Here now running for the opening semi-final of the Kerry Agribusiness St Leger, 1 Mile Road, in 2 Red Barn Panther, 3 Knock Even Can, 4 Drummer Boy, in 5 O'Garney Tip, and 6 is Priceless Mail. Here now well on the way, the dogs all set. And off they go, number 3 off to a good start, Knock Even Can. On the inside, trapping 1 Mile Road, but up to the bend. It's a level enough run to the bend. Number 3 now, Knock Even Can. On the inside of 1 Mile Road, bunching there. Number 2, Red Barn Panther, now arrives on the scene. Then comes 5, O'Garney Tip, but down the far side, 1 Mile Road leads from 2 Red Barn Panther. Number 6, Priceless Mail, trying to improve in third, but down into the third bend is 1 Mile Road. Here comes 2 Red Barn Panther, forced to check at that point. It's still Mile Road. He turns for home in front from number 2, Red Barn Panther. Number 6, closing the gap, Priceless Mail, coming up to the line. Mile Road 2, Red Barn Panther coming to the line. Number 1, Mile Road perhaps just holding on from number 2, Red Barn Panther. Back in third, number 6, Priceless Mail. And the result of the opening semi-final of the Kerry Agribusiness St Leger, an early lead proving decisive. Mile Road holding off number 2, Red Barn Panther. Back in third was number 6, Priceless Mail, and the winning time 29.95.
Wasn't in great form with the last few turns, but I hope he's coming right now.
No, he did stay on very well.
He did, yes. I always thought 550 was his distance, and that's why he came down here.
I think if he gets trap on, he'll in with a great chance because he has lovely early, and tonight, even though he's inclined to go a little bit on the first and bin, go out in the first and second bin, I think the two did us a favour and kept us in there tonight. But I was really delighted with the way he stayed on. I used to argue with Finn that he was a 5.25, but I have no doubt tonight he will stay 5.50.
Well, they're here now on the way for the second semi of this Kerry Agribusiness St Leger. 1 Deerfield Mover, 2 Any Name Burglar, in 3 the hot favourite He Said So, 4 Never Give Up, the defending champion, 5 Jokey 8, 6 Charity Jack. Here now coming up behind traps. And away they go. Number 3, He Said So, off to a decent upstart, but takes a couple of bumps. Number 5 moving in, that's Jokey 8. Into the bend is number 5. Jokey 8 leads from number 3, He Said So on the inside. Number 1, Deerfield Mover around the opening 2 bends. And number 5, Jokey 8 leads. Number 1, Deerfield Mover forced to check at that point. Now number 2, Any Name Burglar improving, as is number 3, He Said So trying to. But down front, it's number 5, Jokey 8 leads into the third bend. Number 1, Deerfield Mover now challenging on the outside. Then comes 2, Any Name Burglar. Number 3, He Said So. Still has work to do to qualify, but 5, Jokey 8 runs wide. It's 1, Deerfield Mover leads up the line. Number 3, He Said So coming on fast, desperately close. 3, He Said So, 1 Deerfield Mover. That's 1 for the judge. And the results of the second semi-final of the Leger, number 3, He Said So, performing a minor miracle to get up on the line to beat number 1, Deerfield Mover. Back in third, number 2, Any Name Burglar, and the winning time 30.07. Well, after the second semi-final, the trap draw for the final of the Kerry Agribusiness Irish St Leger was made, and it has resulted as follows. In 1 Mile Road, trap 2, Any Name Burglar. In 3, Red Barn Panther. 4, Deerfield Mover. Trap 5 is He Said So, and in trap 6, Priceless Mail. We have 6 inside seeds. The race could go any way, but after 2 wonderful efforts in the last 2 rounds, He Said So. He's still there. He remains the one to beat, and he's my prediction.
He broke well enough, but he just didn't get the bend. But he ran a serious dog down the back straight, and to get back into contention, it looked at one stage he wasn't going to qualify, but he's an exceptional dog coming home. Please God, he holds it up for the final. Trap 5 mightn't be the box I'd pick for him, but we have to accept what we get. Just wish him the best of luck in it now, and that's it. I think it's a pretty open final.
Will the favourite break and run to glory? We'll find out next week when we visit Limerick for the final. We'll have plenty of action for you next week, including the final of the Green Park Lodge Longford Derby, the semi-finals of the Cox Cup from Newbridge, along with those of the Sporting Press Irish Oaks from Shelbourne Park, and the final of the Kerry Agribusiness Irish St Leger from Limerick.
For a complete fixtures list and more information, log on to the Irish Greyhound website at www.igb.ie.